What's up and welcome back to the channel. Today I want to talk to any new salespeople selling to homeowners. One of the fastest growing segments of my multi-million-dollar sales training company are people who sell stuff to homeowners. Doors, siding, windows, roofing, plumbing, HVAC, landscaping, pools, pest control, you name it. If you sell stuff to homeowners, you're going to get a ton of value from this video, and particularly if you're a newer salespeople selling to homeowners. I've got 7 tips that you're going to be able to use to accelerate your success and your growth. If you're hungry for more sales, you want to keep your prices high, you want to increase your prices, get a higher ticket price, and you want to ultimately just slay all the people that you work with in your company and become the top sales dog in your organization, then listen up. Grab a notebook, grab a pen, grab a crayon, or whatever it is that you need, because I'm about to educate you on how you can get the most out of your home services sales career fast. It is worth mentioning that if you get any value from this video, trust me, there is a lot more where that came from. If you want to double your sales, guaranteed in the next 35 days, there's a link in the description notes below so you can join my 35-day sales acceleration program. But if you don't want to do that, and I would understand why you don't want to, maybe you're new here, all you have to do is pay attention. Tip number 1 for new home services salespeople is do not pitch your products with your wallet. If you're new to sales particularly, and you're selling home services, which is usually generally a higher ticket sale, chances are you probably can't even afford the products that you sell. Whether you're selling roofs or doors or siding or windows or any one of the number of things that I mentioned, it's probably unlikely that you have $30,000 laying around in your bank account to sell a roof. It's unlikely that you've got $28,000 crammed away in some savings account to sell windows. And so, the number one mistake that I see new salespeople make, and salespeople in general when selling home services, is just because they can't afford their own products, they start to believe or think that homeowners might not be able to afford those products either. In which case, you'll be doing yourself a significant disservice and be shooting yourself in the kneecap before you even walk in the door. Because if you don't believe your customers can afford your product, or that it's too much money, or that it's outside of their budget, then you are going to present that same way. So the thing that I would do to get comfortable with what you're doing selling higher ticket services and products to homeowners is repeat as many times as possible the highest dollar figure that you can think of. When I was making a transition away from door-to-door selling a $39 a month product that I could afford to selling a $54,000 package to business owners, I literally could not believe that anybody would be able to afford a $54,000 product, because I didn't even know what $54,000 even looked like, much less felt like having in my bank account. And I will say that it hurt my chances of pitching this product, because people would say, Jordan, how much is your product? And I would say, it's 54,000. And ultimately, it was a big deal to me, which made it a big deal to my customers. So what I ended up doing is I started just saying $54,000, 54 grand, 54K, $54,000, 54, 54, 54, 54, so that I could get comfortable talking about a higher ticket product. And you should do the same. So if you're shopping or pitching with your wallet, I would highly suggest that you don't do that. I would end up taking the highest normal price that you could hope to sell and just repetitively say it over and over and over, and make sure that you don't have any real emotion attached to that number. The second tip worth understanding is that if a homeowner decides to spend their time with you and gives you an opportunity to truly present your products and services, they're serious about solving this problem. I want you to think about it real quick. When's the last time that you just blacked out? You woke up at a Verizon wireless store, not needing a phone, not interested in purchasing anything? When's the last time you just woke up at the Chevy store and you thought to yourself, oh my God, what am I doing here? I didn't need a new car today. When is the last time that you just randomly spent some of your valuable time doing something you didn't want to do when you had literally any other option on the table? I say that because if you're selling home services and you're hitting appointments or even going door to door, and somebody actually lets you inside their home and they actually give you an opportunity to show them your products and services, Do you think that they're just genuinely, truly being entertained and that they just love talking to salespeople about plumbing or HVAC or windows or siding or any of the number of things that we just mentioned? Or do you think that maybe, just maybe, that there's a real opportunity on the table for them to get a solution to a problem that they know that they have? I want you to think about that for real. In other words, what I'm trying to say is that if you get invited into a homeowner's home and you have the opportunity to go through your whole spiel, it is your job to ensure that they walk away, or that you walk away rather, by providing them with a solution and solving their problem. Because trust me, they're not there talking to you for their health or because they have nothing else going on. And as long as you're mindful of that, you should capitalize on more opportunities and help that homeowner do the best thing for themselves, which is purchase your roofing, door siding, windows, whatever it is that you're selling to that homeowner. This leads me into tip number 3, is a lot of your homeowners might be telling you that they need more quotes, more bids or estimates, or that you're the first person that showed up and they have 2 or 3 other companies swinging by, or that they've got other quotes on the table. The truth is that your homeowners do not want other quotes, bids, or estimates. And the reason why is because they don't want to spend a bunch of time with a bunch of other people, inviting them into their home, shopping around, clicking around. All that they're really trying to communicate with you is that you haven't really done your job. Obviously, there will be some instances where somebody truly is looking to compare apples to apples and make sure that they're not priced out too much or that they're spending too much money. Brand new homeowners who have never maybe put on a roof, sure, it would make sense for them to get some additional quotes because they don't really know how much a new roof might cost. But if you're talking to your average homeowner that's lived in a home for longer than 5 years, they've probably updated their HVAC system or whatever it is that they're doing, and they know about what they're going to pay. And again, if you've spent time with this person, it is just unlikely that they truly want to take all the time out of their schedule to have other people come out to their house who are strangers and give them more information that they already have with your product. So instead of using price always as a reason to get people to close and offering discounts and other monetary incentives, what you should be doing is selling the homeowner some time. After all, they probably have a family, they probably have a job, and they probably have hobbies that they would enjoy doing much more than more research about their roof, if you understand what I mean. The 4th tip that I have for you that will turn you into an absolute sales savage is to stop highlighting features and instead highlight the benefits. If you don't know the difference, here's the difference. A feature is the thing that allows somebody to do something with something. It's usually the tangible thing. It could be the type of shingle that you're putting on a roof. It might be a specific type of air conditioning unit you put in somebody's home. Whatever it is, features don't get people emotional enough to actually do anything. I might be selling you a car that has 1,000 horsepower. And of course, you know that it means that it's probably fast, but you haven't really experienced it. You haven't listened to the motor. You haven't tested it 0 to 60 and felt yourself getting sucked into the back of the seat and accelerating really quickly. You haven't become emotional enough now to write me a check for that 1,000 horsepower engine. Same thing with your homeowners. If you're talking about any of the features of what it is that you're delivering, the equipment, the materials, or the installation, whatever it is, your customer's not becoming emotional. The benefit is what gets people emotional. Usually that would be the intangible feeling or the emotion associated by being able to do something with the feature that they have. Does that make sense? So stop going on and on about all the features and all the different things that you have and start actually bridging the gap between what the feature is and what type of benefit that feature delivers. I wasn't really going to give an example, but I feel like now would be a good chance to give you an example. For instance, you might be selling a lifetime warranty. Of course, all of us know what that means for the most part, but again, it doesn't really get me emotional. I just know that you have a lifetime warranty. So what you should do is walk them through a feature, advantage, and benefit by saying, hey, one of the reasons why so many customers like you enjoy doing business with Stupar Roofing Co. is because every single shingle that we nail down onto the top of your house comes with our lifetime warranty, which means advantage that you never have to wonder what's going to happen if you ever get any hail, if there's any wind, if there's a storm. We'll be able to come out and replace any of those shingles or completely re-roof your home at no additional cost, which means benefit. You can sleep peacefully at night knowing that your investment into your roof is going to be covered and that you'll never have to be out of pocket for it as long as you live at this home, giving you the ultimate peace of mind and understanding that there will be relief associated to any problems that you might have with your roof. Make sense? The fifth tip that I have for you is stop being such a salesperson. Be a human being, let your personality shine a little bit, and give your homeowner an experience that they can't find from anywhere else. As a homeowner myself, we've had contractors come out for HVAC, for plumbing, for roofing, for landscaping, you name it, we've had them out, and most of them are just a bunch of dead, cadaverous robots trying to tell me about all the features that they're going to be able to offer me. And they don't give me that real sense of personality. I don't really feel like I'm interacting with a friend or somebody that I really like. I'm just being talked to by a technician or somebody that doesn't really know what's going on in my life and doesn't really care to create a relationship with me. So all you have to do is be you. Customers are going to buy from people that they know, like, and trust. And that's a quote that you've probably heard before, but then again, you're watching this video because you're new, so you heard it here first. The point that I'm trying to make is that you can be yourself, you can bring a couple of jokes to the table, bring a little humor, bring some stories, and give people an experience. That's what they're really looking for. After all, like I mentioned, they've invited you into their home. You might as well give them a good time while you're there, right? Tip number 6 is to introduce creative financing when you actually need to. Obviously, there's going to be homeowners out there that are comfortable writing an $18,000, a $30,000, a $50,000, a $100,000 check or swiping that Amex card and just paying in full for your products and services. However, if you're talking to the average American, usually most of us make monthly payments and we finance things. The best way that I've found to introduce creative financing in a way that actually gets your customer interested and grants you permission to get what you need so that you can get approved financing is to simply ask that customer, hey, most of our customers actually go an alternative route to pay for this type of product. Would you consider doing some type of financing if I was able to make it affordable and fit within your budget? As you can guess, most people are going to say, yeah, I would consider that. And all then you would need to do is collect their info so that you can call in that credit approval and see if they qualify for that financing. It's simple and easy. And by the way, if people end up having a problem with the financing, the interest rate, the payments, the term, the contract, whatever, you can let them know that, hey, most people that don't actually like the interest rate, the payments, the contract, the term, or any of these things, all they do is they simply write us a check for the full balance, and then guess what? You won't have any payments, you won't have a contract, there won't be an interest rate, and you'll be done because, well, you're done. My final and 7th tip for you new home services sales professionals is to introduce the price of your product up front in your sales pitch. And don't lowball them either. Don't introduce the lowest package that you have. Start them off high and watch them buy. What most people will do is they might end up getting some sticker shock. This would be the worst case scenario, in which case all you do is let them know that, hey, most people, they end up with this middle package or they end up with this lower package. But what you're doing is setting an anchor on the value that you're about to illustrate. If you walk into somebody's house and your lowest ticket product is $2,500 and your highest ticket product is $10,000 and you start that customer off at 10 grand, well, it doesn't really matter if they can afford it or not, or if they end up in that direction. What you're going to be doing is telling them that what you do is worth $10,000. Sure, they might end up at the $5,000 package or the $2,500 package. It don't really matter, but what matters is that your customer now is anchored in $10,000 worth of value. And I'll give you an extra bonus magic trick. Once you tell your customer what the price of your product and service is, all you have to do is say, hey, I'm not entirely sure that you'll end up even doing this or if it's a good idea at all. But if you were going to spend $10,000 on your home, your HVAC, your roofing, door siding, windows, whatever, I'm curious, What would be the 1, 2, maybe 3 things you would absolutely need to know from me today in order to justify making an investment like that into your home today? Yeah, I already know that's a magic and golden question, so you might want to write that one down with the crayon, the pen, and the piece of paper that I told you to get at the beginning of this video. And if you weren't taking notes at all, then I would highly recommend that you rewind this bad boy, go from the start, and then listen to what I was saying about taking some notes, because trust me, what you don't know will hurt you when you're pitching to homeowners. At the end of the day, my extra bonus tip is that homeowners have been practicing getting out of deals with people like you for their entire lives. And you've only just begun your sales career selling to homeowners, which means that homeowners have the upper hand. So unless you're trained, unless you're investing time, energy, money, resources into your skill set, you're gonna get burnt every single time. Of course, you'll trip and fall over a couple of deals because people might be desperate for a new roof. Those aren't the deals I'm talking about. I'm talking about the 60% of deals that need a professional salesperson to inspire, motivate, and persuade them to do business with the right person. Now, if you got any value out of this, again, I would suggest that you go to the description notes below and click on the link that says 35-day sales acceleration program so that I can work with you over the next 35 days one-on-one, and I can double your sales guaranteed in the next 35 days. And if you don't want to do any of that, then that's totally fine. What you can do instead is hit the subscribe button below, hit the like button below if you haven't already, you probably should, and drop down in the comments what you thought about this video. Did I miss anything? Do you have any additional questions? Let me know. I hope that you enjoyed this video, and I hope you keep on coming back for more sales sauce so you can make more money. Talk to you soon.